Hey guys, welcome to another yoga class. My name is Emily, and today I have for you a drills class all about strengthening the upper body and the core. So this is just a great strength workout. You will hopefully work up a sweat and fatigue all the muscles in your core and your upper body, but it's also a really good practice if you are looking to add things like arm balances or inversions to your practice. Okay, so you might want to have yoga blocks for this practice. It's not necessary, but I will show you a few modifications for some of our strength drills using blocks. Okay, other than that, you can just meet me on the mat. Okay, so we're gonna get started with just a little bit of a wrist warm up. So we'll come to tabletop position. Spread your fingertips nice and wide, grip with your fingertips, and then just start to take these circles with the chest out over your fingertips. So if this feels like a bit much, right, maybe you already have sore wrists, then just walk your knees in a little bit closer to the heel of your hand to take a little bit of the weight out of the wrist and into the lower body. Okay, switch directions of that circle. And then come back through center, tuck your toes under, sit your hips towards your heels, interlace your fingers, and then just find a few maybe figure eights or circles with the wrists. Right, always important to warm up the wrists when you are going to do any kind of weight bearing. Give everything a little bit of a shake. And then come to your downward facing dog. So plant the hands, send the hips up and back. And at least for the first, little bit here, you can find some movement, right? So bending one knee and then the other, pedaling out the legs. And then again, taking notice of your hands, right? So instead of pressing all the weight into your wrists, start to press down through your finger knuckle mounds. So that area where your fingers meet the rest of your hand, right? The palm. So press down through that area and then press your chest back towards your thighs. Take a big breath in, let it go. We'll just stay here for a moment. So really press the hands down and forward, engage through the shoulders. And then bring your right foot a little bit more towards the center of the mat. Okay, so from here, we're going to reach the left leg back behind you, three-legged dog. Keep the hips nice and square. So the pinky toe is pointing down, just like the big toe is pointing down. Then take a big breath in. On your breath out, bring your left knee to your left elbow. Stay nice and lifted through the hips, right? So we're not sagging down here. We're keeping everything nice and lifted. Keep pressing the hands into the ground. And then inhale, three-legged dog, sweep that left leg back. Let's do that again. So left knee to left elbow. And then inhale, sweep the left leg back. Let's do that 3 more times. So left knee to left elbow. And then sweep it back. 2 more times. And then last time, hug that left knee to the left elbow. This time we're going to add on. So lower your left knee down towards the left wrist. We're actually going to hover the left knee right above the ground. Now, take a big breath in. On your breath out, suck that left knee in towards your chest. Lift the hips up towards the ceiling. Come to your big toe on the right foot. And then inhale, three-legged dog. Okay, so I'm going to call that our elevator abs, right? We're lifting the knee into the chest. We're going to do that 5 more times. So bring the left knee to the left elbow. Lower down to the wrist. Hug it back up and suck it in, elevator abs. And then three-legged dog, reach that left leg back. 4 more times. Knee to elbow, knee to wrist, elevator up, three-legged dog. 3 more times. Lower down to the wrist, suck it back up, three-legged dog. 2 more times. Knee to elbow, knee to wrist, suck it back up. Send that leg back. 1 last time, knee to elbow. Lower it down, lift it up. Three-legged dog, and then downward facing dog. Take a big breath in, breath out. We're going to do all of that on the other side. So take the left foot, put it a little bit more in the center of the mat. And then inhale, reach the right leg back behind you, three-legged dog. Square hips. And then here we go, right knee to right elbow. Just coming through this plank, right? Keep the hips nice and lifted. And then inhale, sweep that right leg back. Let's do that 5 more times. Knee to elbow and send it back. Three-legged dog. 4 more times. 3 more. 2 more, really crunch it in, lift the hips. And then the last one. And then this time we add that little elevator ab crunch. So bring the right knee to the right elbow. Lower the knee towards the wrist. Take a big breath in. On your breath out, suck the knee towards your chest, lift the hips up, tippy toe of that left foot. And then inhale, three-legged dog. Okay, good. 5 more times. Knee to elbow. Lower it down. Suck it up. Three-legged dog. Knee to elbow. Lower it down. Lift it up. Send it back 3 times. Three-legged dog 2 times. Use your breath. And then last time, suck it up. Send it back, three-legged dog. Hold it here for a moment. Really press down through the hands. Take a big breath in. And then breath out, down dog. Both feet come down. Stay here. Take a big breath in and let it go. All right, then shift forward to plank pose and just stay here for a moment. Right, press down into the hands to round through your shoulders, right? Spread the shoulder blades apart. And then take your left foot, place it a little bit more in the center than that. Lift the right foot up. Point the right toes. Just hold it here. Just a little longer. And then right toes down. Same thing other side, so right toe comes towards the center of the mat. Lift the left leg up. Point the left toes. That left leg's maybe about hip height. And then just hold it. Then bring that left foot down, downward facing dog. Shift the hips up and back. Take a big breath in, breath out. Then inhale forward, come to plank pose once again, but this time side plank. So plant the right hand, pivot to the outside edge of the right foot, stack the feet, and reach that left arm up. Right, stay here for a moment, or know that you can always modify by bringing the right knee down to the mat. Okay, keep the hips nice and lifted. And then really brace here. So we're gonna add on. You can stay right here, you can modify, or lift that left leg up and then lower it back down. Lift it up, lower it down. Let's do 7 more. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, maybe fall. Last one. And then come back through center. Bring the left forearm down to the mat. Side plank on the left side, forearm down. So we'll pivot to the outer edge of the left foot. Stack the feet on top. You can always use your right hand to kind of kickstand and hold you up. Or you can reach that right arm up. And again, no, you can drop that left knee, the bottom knee down, for that little bit of extra support. Okay, so a little bit different this time. So maybe you bring your right hand to your right hip. We're gonna keep pressing through that left forearm, but then lower your left hip down to almost touch the ground, and then lift it back up. Really press the forearm and the left foot away from each other so we lift the hips even higher. Okay, let's do that 7 more times. Lower down, lift up, lower down, lift up. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then bring the right forearm down, forearm plank. Keep the hips nice and lifted. Press the forearms down into the ground. Hug your belly in. Lengthen your tailbone towards your heels. Just hold it here. I'm shaking too. Okay. Then bring your hands together, prayer hands, and just start to lift the hips up and walk the feet forward. Dolphin pose. So we'll hold it here for a moment. Press your chest back towards your thighs. And just hold the pose, right? Maybe walk the feet in a little bit closer. Keep pressing chest back towards your thighs. Keep pressing forearms into the mat. And then either stay here the whole time or look towards your thumbs and see if you can get your nose to touch your thumbs. So we'll slide forward, nose to thumbs, and then press it back. Nose to thumbs, press it back. Let's do 7 more. So 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and then last one, nose to thumbs, press it back, and then walk the feet back so we come back to that forearm plank. Hold it a little longer, about 10 seconds. Really press the forearms down. Protract the shoulders, press the ground away from you. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Plant the left hand, plant the right hand, plank pose for about 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Downward facing dog. And then bring your knees down. Whew, sit your hips back towards your heels, shake things out. Okay, that was one side. We're gonna do the other side. So give everything a little bit of a shake. If you're like me and you just always need water, grab your water. And then let's do this thing. So find your downward facing dog. Send the hips up and back. Then inhale forward to plank. Bring the right toes towards the center. Lift the left leg, point the left toes back behind you. Just our single leg plank. Engage the whole body. Press the hands into the floor. And then other side, left toes down, right leg reaches back behind you. Firm through the core. Lengthen the tailbone down towards the spine. Then right toes down, downward facing dog. One big breath in. Breath out. Then inhale forward to plank, side plank on the left hand. So pivot to the outside edge, the outer edge of that left foot. Remember, left knee can always come down for that modification. Otherwise, we stay nice and lifted with the hips. Reach the right arm up. And then either stay here or lift the right leg up and lower it down. 7 more times. So 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come through center, drop the right forearm to the ground. Forearm side plank on the right side. Reach that left arm up. Press the right forearm and the right foot away from each other to keep the hips lifted, but then bring your left hand to your hip. Okay, we're gonna lower that right hip down to almost tap the ground, and then lift it up. Lower down, lift it up. 7 more. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Lift it up, and then forearm plank, both forearms to the ground. Heels are over your toes. Shoulders are over your elbows. Press the ground away from you. Hug the belly in. And then dolphin pose. Walk the feet in. Press your forearms forward to press your heart back towards your thighs. Just breathe. If you can help it, your head is not touching the ground, right? You're pressing away from the ground. And then here we go. Stay here or look towards your thumbs. Glide your nose forward. See if you can touch your thumbs with your nose and then press back. Let's do 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, dolphin pose, and then walk the feet back so we come to plank, forearm plank. Stay here for 10, 9, 8, 7, press the ground away, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, plant the right hand, plant the left hand, plank pose for 10 seconds. Hug the belly in. Keep the hips lifted, not too lifted, right? But nice and lifted so we're engaging through the core. 3, 2, 1. Downward facing dog. Take one big breath in and then breath out. Bring the knees down and shake out the arms, right? Maybe find hands behind the back, bind the fingers, lift the heart up. Some neck rolls or some shoulder rolls. And then give everything one last shake. And then come down onto your back. Okay. So as promised, we've got some core work to do. So lay down on your back. And first just plant the soles of your feet onto the ground. Right, so knees are pointing up. It's like we're in our bridge pose or prepping for our bridge pose. Okay, so a lot of this core work that we're gonna find on our back is just a replication of what we would find if we were in our crow pose, right? So we're going to find that pose and work the core so we can work towards that kind of lift feeling that we get when we come to our crow. So first, extend your arms up towards the ceiling and then flex the hands back. The fingers come back towards your face. The palms press up towards the ceiling. Okay. Press your lower back into the mat and hug your rib cage in so we find a little bit of core engagement. And then we're just gonna kind of do a weird wave of the hands, right? So I want you to flip the hands so that the palms face down, the back of the hand faces the ceiling. And then again, palms up, palms down, palms up, palms down. This should be a lot of work for the forearms and the wrists. Palms up, palms down. Let's do it 2 more times. One last time. And then palms up. And then engage your core a lot. So what I want you to think, instead of just drawing belly button to spine, which, you know, engages our front core, but doesn't really do much for the rest of our core, right? I want you to think of whole core engagement. So take a big breath in. On your breath out, press lower back into the mat, hug your rib cage in, hug your lower belly in. So we find almost this kind of corset type of action, right? Everything is drawing in towards center. Now, if arms aren't reaching, reach the arms. Use that core engagement. You should still be able to breathe, right? Don't hold your breath. And lift one knee up and the other knee up. Now, think crow pose, or maybe more think crane pose since our arms are straight. Bring your knees to the back of your triceps. So your tailbone will probably lift off of the ground. Okay, point the toes. Hug the knees in as much as you can, and then reach your hands towards the sky as much as you can. Just hold it. That's all we gotta do is hold it. Hold this little tiny ball, our little crow ball. Okay. You might start to shake. That's okay, me too. 3, 2, 1. Relax the feet back down. And if you've got a block nearby or a pillow or something like that, grab your block. If you don't have it, that's okay. Just know that you can leave the head relaxing on the ground. You just might not get as much a lift in some of these poses, but that's okay. So I'm gonna bring the block underneath of my head. And then I'm gonna find that same action. So I'm gonna reach my hands up to the ceiling, bring my knees to the back of my triceps. Okay. Press the hands up towards the ceiling, engage the core, so really hug everything in towards center. And then from here, see if you can bring your knees. So your knees are probably maybe right below your elbows, right? So towards the ground. That's what I mean by below. Okay. What we're going to try to do is so reach the hands up towards the sky and then see if you can slide your elbows towards, or your knees rather, towards your armpits. So you're just going to lift it in even more and then a slight lowering so that the knees come towards the elbows. Okay. So knees towards armpits, knees slide to elbows, armpits, elbows, armpits, elbows, armpits, elbows. Let's do 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, on 1, hold it. Knees come as close to the armpits as you can. Snuggle them in there. 3, 2, 1. Relax the feet down. Relax the arms down. And maybe shimmy out the hips. Whew. Okay, so again, if you've got your block, grab your block. If you don't have your block, that's okay. I'll talk to you about some modifications here in a moment. But so you're going to take your block and you're going to bring it to, so you're going to bend the left knee, bring the block to that left thigh, and then bring your left elbow to the other end of the block. So I've got cork blocks, which means that they're really heavy. So hopefully you have like a foam block at home. If you don't have block at all, right, then what I want you to do is I want you to bring your left knee over top of your left hip and then just flex your bicep, that left bicep as much as you can, bring that elbow up. And then from here, we're gonna reach the right leg out long, reach the right arm up. I'm gonna put my block back so I'm not purposely trying to get rid of that extra weight. And then you can stay here, just tuck your chin towards your chest, look towards your belly button and crunch everything in. Really press elbow and knee into the block or press lower back down and just crunch up a little bit. If you want to add on, just extend the right leg off of the ground, reach the right arm off of the ground. So everything lifts up towards center and just hold it for 10, 9, 8, 7. You should be shaking. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Whew. Set up for the other side. So I'm going to show you how you could do it without the block. Just in case you're doing it without the block, I need to know what we're up to over here. So bend the right knee, bend the right elbow. If you've got the block, you're pressing them into each other. Otherwise, you're just going to hold it here. Either way, press lower back into the mat, hug the rib cage in, hug the lower belly in, and then crunch off of the ground. Shoulders come off of the ground a little bit here. Now, either stay here or lift the left leg and the left arm off of the mat and hold it here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, release. Hug the knees into the chest, rock side to side. And then rock up to a seat. Okay, so especially all that supine crow stuff that we were just doing, right? Do that more than just that little bit, right? So I'm giving you a hint, I'm giving you kind of a quick workout of some of these drills that we can do, but repetition is key, right? Because you're teaching your body muscle memory. And that is how you really start to be able to add arm balances and inversions and all these amazing strength things to your yoga practice or just feel stronger in general. Okay, enough talking. So we're gonna come to our Lolasana Prep, which is, again, just this idea of finding lift in the body. Can we lift ourselves perhaps off of the mat, or at least get light on the mat? So again, I'm going to show you first with blocks, and then the second round through I'm going to show you without blocks. So know that you can use it without blocks. Either way, we're going to plant the hands down either on blocks or on the ground so that fingertips are more or less in line with your knees. And then from here, press into the ground or the blocks, round through your shoulders. So we're kind of rounding forward, hunching forward a little bit here. Take a big breath in. On your breath out, press lightly into the tops of the feet, but press mostly into your hands and lift the knees in towards your chest. Lift the butt up off the ground. And then lower down. Let's do that 5 more times. So press into the hands, lift up for 5. Slowly lower back down. 4 and lower. 3 and lower. 2 and lower. Last one, lift up. Let's hold it for 5. 4, press the hands into the ground. 3, 2, 1, lower down. Shake things out. And I'll show it without the blocks because you do not need blocks. You just might not get as high, and that's okay. All right, so take a big breath in, breath out. Let's just get right to it. 5 more. Hands come down, fingertips about in line with the knees perhaps. Then press down to round through your shoulders. Take a big breath in, and then breath out. Lift the knees up into the chest for 5. Lower down. 4. Lower down. 3, lower down. 2, lower down. Last one, we hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, lower down. Shake things out. Okay, so one last little kind of exercise drill here. Or I guess technically maybe it's 2. Okay, so we are going to, again, you probably want blocks. If you don't have blocks, that's okay. I'll show in a moment. But otherwise, blocks are going to come next to your hips. And if you don't have blocks, right, books work. Little teeny tiny stools or something works. So get creative, right? Or go ahead online and just order yourself some yoga blocks from like Amazon or something. Okay, so first things first, the blocks come by our side. But we're going to find our boat pose. So lean back. Heels can be down for right this moment. Roll the shoulders back, lift the heart up, reach the arms forward. Okay, you can stay here the whole time if you want. Otherwise, I want you to lift the feet up off of the ground. So boat pose. Point through the toes, keep lifting the heart. Take a big breath in. Breath out. Okay, here we go. So we're going to cross the right ankle over the left ankle. Bring the hands down to the mat. Bring the toes down to the mat. Toes can stay down. Press your hands into the ground or into the blocks and just see if you can lift your bum off of the ground. And then lower back down. Lift back up to boat. Okay, we're going to do that again. Cross the left ankle over the right this time. Bring the heels in close as you can to you. Hands to the block or ground. Lift the bum up. Lower down. I'm going to do it without blocks this round so you can see it is possible, okay? Boat pose. And then right ankle over the left ankle. Hug the feet in. Press the hands down. Lift the butt. You just don't lift as high. That's okay. Lower down. Boat pose. Left ankle over right. Bring the heels in. Plant the hands. Lift up. Lower down. I'm going to grab the blocks again because maybe we're going to amp this up. You can stay at whatever level you would like here. If you'd like, follow me. Boat pose. Right ankle over the left. Bring the feet in. Plant the hands. Lift the bum up, but maybe lift and float the feet. And then lower the bum down. Boat pose. Arms forward. Other side. Left ankle crosses over the right. Bring the feet in. Plant the hands. Lift the bum. Maybe lift and hover the feet. Lower down. Let's do it one more time each side. Boat pose. Right ankle over left. Hug it in. Hands down. Bum up. Feet up. Lower it down. Boat pose. Left ankle over the right. Bring the feet in. Hands down. Bum up. Feet up. Lower it down. Shake it out. Whew. Give the quads a little bit of a massage. We've got one last thing. I know. I said we were done. We are almost done. Okay. So we're just going to prep for L-sits. We're not going to get into our full expression today. We're just going to prep for it. So again, this lifting motion, we're working the lats a lot. We're working the core a lot. Bring your hands down. I'll show you first without the blocks, then I'll show you with the blocks. Hands come by your side. Roll the shoulders back. Sit up as tall as you can. Press your legs towards straight. So zip your legs together. And then press into your hands and see if you can just lift your bum off of the ground, maybe like a centimeter. Maybe it still is technically touching. You're just getting light on your bum. And then lower back down. Give it all a shake. Okay, here we go. We're gonna go 5 times. So press down, lean a bit forward, lift the bum up, and lower it down. Let's do 4 more. Lift and lower. 3 more. Lift and lower. 2 more. Lift and lower. Last one. Lift and hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down. Big breath in. Let it go. We've got just 1 more round, 5 of these. I'm doing hands on blocks so you can see how it might look. Hands to blocks, roll the shoulders back, lean a little bit forward. And now, big breath in, breath out, press into the hands, lift the bum up, and lower it down for 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, hold it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower it down. Give everything a little bit of a shake, right? That's work for your hips and your quads too. Give everything a little bit of a shake. And just one little stretch here at the end. So come all the way down. And mostly this stretch is gonna be for, well, I guess it's a little bit for everything. Okay, we're just gonna find our supine twist. So extend your left leg out, hug your right knee in, and then draw your right knee across the body. Get a little release for your core, your lower back, your side body, and then reach your arms out long, out nice and wide. So we get a little release for our shoulders and our chest. Take a big breath in, let it go. And then come back through center, other side. Extend the right leg out long, hug the left knee in, and then across the body, supine twist. Reach the arms out wide. One last big breath in. And then breath out. Roll back through center. And perhaps you rock up to a seat. You can always stay on your back, take a little shavasana. But otherwise, thank you for joining me. I hope you had some fun. I hope you got a good workout in. If you enjoyed this video or any of my other videos, then do me a favor. Like the video, comment with what you'd like to see more of on my channel. And then if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. All these buttons are like somewhere down here. I don't know where, but somewhere. Okay, anyways, have a beautiful day. Namaste.